So in the forest, to make a zip line, we simply built it like we would any other structure with a blueprint thing. However, in Sons of the Forest, we have a new item for doing that instead, the rope gun. So how do you get the rope gun in Sons of the Forest? Let me show you. So on the western side of the island, there is a cave right here. You'll see it on the map. And it is alongside a bit of river. Now, when you come here, you're going to see the little waterfall there, and the cave you will hear as you approach it over in this side. And you will see there are some boards blocking off the cave because, hey, they don't want anybody to go in there. Now, this cave is a bit longer than some of the others, so it's going to take longer to get through it. Also, it is full of mutants, so you're going to be doing a lot of fighting while in this cave, which is why it's important to come prepared. So, of course, you need to have good weaponry for this, and for that, I say focus around the melee weapons. And, of course, you also want to bring some spare armor. Now, again, there's a lot of mutants in this cave, so you will get plenty of creepy armor as you go through. So, I definitely say go ahead and throw on any creepy armor you have right at the start, because you'll get to some point where you might actually run out of room for it. And because you're doing so much fighting and it's such a long cave, bring some food and drink with you. Now, once you enter into the cave, you'll be in this first room where you can see there's already a light, and we've got some supplies, some canned food, things like that. So if you forget to bring some food with you, you will have at least canned food as long as you have the can opener. Now, from here, you're going to just follow the path on through, and you're going to reach this large cave area. Now, you find some rope there if you need it. You've got some containers down there. You've also got a lot of enemies in this area. And if you need it, grab the bones right here before you do the final step down, because you can use it for bone armor. And as you can see, we already got one of these nice little gray ones here. There are some more over there. They're all through this entire section of the cave. So take care of them first. Remember, these are all mutants, so once you kill them, go ahead and make sure you get the creepy armor from them. Now, once you've dispatched the mutants, go along to the right side where you see there's a cross lit up on the wall, a shadow. You can grab supplies. There's some batteries, medicine, basically anything you can carry from here, go ahead and be grabbing. That way, if you did come slightly less prepared, you're going to be all right. And to grab the cross, something you could use for some of the cannibals later. And from there, we're going to head to the other side of the cave where you see this other light and these guys kind of strung up like this. Make sure you grab the email printout and then just continue through the cave past this point. Now, at the end of this path, you're going to find this big, large mutant mass thing that is stuck in there. And right next to it, this guy with the time bombs. Now, hint, hint, that should tell you what to do. Throw a time bomb in. And step back for the explosion. Have your ears ringing and a lot of messy guts all around. And just push through. And now we are into the main part of the cave. At the end of the next narrow path, you will come into this open area where you see some more light up ahead and a bunch more of the skinny gray ones. In the corner by the bodies over here, you also find a fingerling blowing snot at the wall. Get as many hits as you can quickly and just keep going till it's down. Now, going around the other side here where you see some more light and see some hanging bodies, you'll probably encounter another fingerling here, and you'll see this nice bit of artwork up on the wall. And at this point, you're just going to keep following the path. You may have one of these little double ape-like mutants. Now, after you've dispatched that mutant and continue on, you'll see, again, more lights, more bodies, and you'll see another fingerling or different type of mutant. You'll also see some mutant babies. There's just, again, a lot of enemies through here. You just got a lot of fighting ahead of you. Once you have dispatched the babies and any other mutants that come up, you'll find the opportunity to look at all these bodies. You also see we've got some more flares in case you were using them. You've got a drink, and you can go ahead and get a circuit board from there. Going past the bodies, you see the room opens up a good bit more, but it's okay because all you're going to do is follow along to where it narrows again back to a very narrow pathway. Once the path opens back up, you'll be into the start of a much larger area where you have a small stream running down the middle of it. If you follow down the stream, you go past another light to one side and then come into a very large open area. And once again, you're going to have some more mutants to fight here. Now, while this is a larger room, at the end it's going to converge back to a more narrow path. So there's really no way to take a wrong turn. Just remember to get through all the mutants that you encounter. Where the path narrows, you will find some hanging skeletons and a light, which will make it easy to see that you're in the right direction. And then you just keep following down the path again, seeing more hanging bodies, more lights. These poor, unfortunate guys that just did not get paid enough for this. And eventually, along the path, you'll come across some babies. Yes, more creepy babies. Wonderful. And always a joy to behold in the game. Once you take care of the babies, just keep going past more hanging bodies. Now, this part of the cave is just a long stretch of all these bodies. And once you get past the part where there's bodies and you start going uphill, you're going to reach this point where you see this big glob of gold ore, and there's a left and a right path. Now, the right path will take you to a bit of lore, but since we're focusing on the rope gun, you want to go to the left path, which is the one with all these bloody piles of bones. And this is just the same thing. You're going to keep going, following the path, coming across yet again more babies. Past the babies, you'll crouch through a small opening and come into this area where you'll now encounter the bigger mutants. And then you'll enter into this area where you start to get about waist deep in water. And just be on the lookout because there will be more mutants in here. But this is another one of those spots where it opens up into a larger cavern and then squeezes back together to a more narrow path. Just keep following until you reach all the stalactites, stalagmites, and another spot where there's a light. You'll reach a point where there's more babies. Now, where the babies are, you're going to find another light in the middle of a bunch of stalactites, stalagmites. There is a small little side section over here that you might be enticed to check out, but there's nothing there. You're really just going to follow ahead down the bigger pathway. And now you reach the end of the path. You'll see we've got a zip line, and what you do is grab the rope gun. Now, unlike the first game where you could just go straight down the zip line on your own, you know, grip it or use some cloth, whatever, keep from hurting your hands, you need the rope gun just to use the zip line. But once you have the rope gun, you can then press E and scoot right down the zip line that way. You get to this lower area and you see we've got a bunch more bodies down here, along with, oh man, look at all of those mutants. Well, you know what? If they're doing for you like they are for me, maybe leave them alone. You don't really need to fight them. You can always just head back out the cave by continuing along the narrow path. And once you reach the end of the path, you know it because you come up to a cave opening where you can climb out. And this is going to put you now at this spot on the map, which is not really that far away from the cave itself. You're just pretty much at the other end of the small water lake section that went by there. So just head back out and start heading your way home. You'll find the rope gun in your inventory in the red case. And to use it, just make sure you have, of course, some rope and grappling hooks. Well, let's just say I'm going to shoot let's just do it this way. Let's just shoot a rope down to there. All right, I got that. I'm going to walk up here. You hear it clicking as you walk, and then you're just going to go up here and attach it. And now hit the zip line while holding the rope gun, and boom, head first into a tree like a true champion. So there you go, step by step, cave room by cave room on where to find the rope gun in Sons of the Forest. If this video helped you out, help me out, hit that thumbs up button, and hey, leave a comment below and just say thanks.